Girl, let me tell you. If Pookie Rary and Tyrone didn't look at me like how Garrett look at Mary, I didn't want him, girl. I did not want him, girl. If the man I'm dating was dating, didn't look at me like Garrett look at Mary, I want him. He ain't no good if he didn't look at me like that. Love is Blind, season 2, episode 4 and 5. Let me tell you, I hope y'all realize how much I love you. I was up until almost 12 o'clock last night watching episodes 2, 4, and 5 and getting the notes because you know the way I review my shows is just different. We're looking for lessons, we're looking at what they say, why you say that, what that mean. So when you're dating and the men say stuff like that, you can be like, what that mean. But I am really, really enjoying the show. I really wish they did not drop 5, 10 episodes at one time because that could have given me more time to really, really get all the way deep down. Though it came on last week and, I just started this week. So, hey, Janice, but I am trying to get 9 episodes done by Friday. So this is episode 4 and 5. Hopefully I will get to 6 and 7 later today, and then I could do 8 and 9. Oh, child, that's a lot. That's a lot. Married at first sight, got mine at tonight. Married at first sight. Who? Okay. I'm done, girl. I'm done. I found me a new love, even though it's just too much for my spirit. But anyways, I want to thank you for your love and support. Thank you for checking out my books, reviews. I need reviews, babes. If you have gotten any of my books and have not given me any reviews, be sure to check it out. If you haven't checked out my shirts on Etsy, my 222 shirts, yes, check them out. And of course, my new Take Your Cookie Off the Table shirt is coming, and I'm wearing the old one, girl, because all these girls need to take the cookie off the table. You just meet this man and you don't spread the legs. All right, girl. So we left off. This is episode 4 and 5. Couples meeting in Mexico, and we see Sal and Mallory. She's obviously not attracted to him. Mallory is obviously forcing herself to be with this man. I don't like it, girl. He said their kiss was missing something, and she keeps saying, "Oh my God, you're so cute." I've never said to Big Mike he was cute. I said he was handsome. Mallory is not attracted to him. Mallory, you need to loose that man and let him go for somebody else. We see Garrett and Ayana, they're all hugged up in the bed, looking all sexy and stuff. And he asked her, well, what was your first impression? She was like, oh my God, he's so tall. And I'm like, girl, is you crazy? She must be the only woman that is complaining about the man is too tall. Granted, she's tiny. She said 11 inches more. He's 6'1". So that means how tall is she? 5'1", 4'9", 4'11". Oh. Still, that's a nice height. He's a nice height. He is a nice height for her. I mean, they are just so perfect. And I was just loving the mood and I was loving the conversation. But, okay. And so then she said that's something that was funny. She says, I'm going to have to wear heels to have sex. They're all kind of different positions, girl. So then he says, I got a gift for you. He had a camera and she lost it. And I'm like, I don't like this part of her. And I'm like, I hope I'm not like that. She's real. Oh my God. Oh my God. And I'm like, no. And he's looking at her like, okay. And so they're taking pictures, and he thought they could take some freaky pictures, and I love that. I love the idea. It was some kind of different kind of camera. I guess the old camera. I do have some ones that I need to go get done. So then they went to the pool, and they're in the pool slobbing and kissing, and she says she wants to wait until she's married to have sex, but she's really attracted to him. And thank you, girl. Thank Thank you. About waiting to have sex. I think you need to let the men wait, ladies. Let them wait. Of course, we believe in waiting for marriage over here, but just in case you fall, we have an advocate, man named Jesus, Christ man. The actual translation is the God man. Come on, somebody. He's a God man. Hallelujah. Do you understand what a God man is? He's God who became man. All right, I ain't gonna preach. I ain't gonna preach. We see Deputy's nervous about Shake putting so much emphasis on the physical, and this is what I mean about being with a man who loves you for you. If she was with a man that really loved her for her and appreciate her for her, she wouldn't have to be feeling insecure about her body. I think she lost more than 70 pounds. Help me out in the comment section. Do y'all think it was more than, well, she said 80. Well, that's like a whole person. So I guess. So she's feeling really secure about in the pool. And she said, you know, it was tough because she was heavier. She didn't love herself. And this is going to be the first time of him seeing her in the bathing suit. Is he going to like it? She goes in the pool and slobbing him down. And he's looking away and pushing her away. And he said the body connection in his voiceover is not there. It's not. You could tell. It's not there for him. And for those of you that say he's shallow or he's what's the other word? There's nothing wrong with it. This is my thing, ladies. Stop trying to change men. That's who they are. God created them like that for a reason. And I just feel like instead of trying to make men like us, if we just try to understand and act accordingly, I think we'll be able to date better, choose better mates, choose better husbands, and I think marriages will be better. Do you understand? Like, I would never be walking around in a big old dirty stinky t-shirt. Heck no. I am always walking around in my nice sexy little teddies with the booty cheeks out. You know why? That's what they like. Every time I pass him, he's slapping it, and I stick it out. Okay, this morning I was looking for my mouse. I couldn't find my mouse stick, and he found it. Yes, that's what they like. Give the man what he like. Who preached that sermon? Not the cookie if you're not married. So for me, I am not on the bandwagon of he's shallow and he's, what's the other word? I'm not. Somebody wanted to do a review with me with Blind Love, and I said no, I can't, because my content is different. The way I review my shows, nobody else review my shows the way I do. The only person and I that agree on a lot of stuff is Auntie's advice. But a lot of people with reviewing these shows, the content is not the same. So I had to tell the person, I said, no, I don't want to do that because my content is not the same. I don't have a problem with Shake saying he's not attracted to her, he doesn't feel her physical, and he's shallow. I don't think so. I just think that's men. And this person think he's shallow, and what's the other word? He's so whatever. And I'm like, I don't think so, because that's how men are. If we try to understand men, our lives would be so much easier and better and date. This is why a lot of you are being 10 years a girlfriend, because you don't understand him. He tell you he don't want to get married, you still waiting there. He tell you he ain't ready to get married, you think he gonna get ready to get married. I was reading in my comments this morning, this young lady, she said, I'm so glad I found you. I'm dating. She said she's celibate for 5 years, dating the same man. And I said, wait a minute, huh? You're celibate for 5 years, dating the same man. And I'm like, could you please clarify? Are you saying you've been dating the same man for 5 years and you're celibate? Is that what you're saying? Because I didn't understand what she was saying. She says, wow, I don't know why this popped up on my YouTube. I am considering being with someone after 5 years celibate. Please pray for me that stay strong and keep fellow God, Lord. I don't understand. Is she saying after 5 years of celibacy, she's going to be with somebody? Is she saying sleeping with? I don't understand. Make it make sense to me. 5 years, Let me tell you, me and my husband was running to the altar. That man wanted to get married. You understand? He wanted to propose. He told me he loved me April, and he wanted to propose June so we could get married by the end of the year. And I didn't tell him I love him. I said thank you. You know, I get thank you, a credit card, credit report. And so when he filed a proposal on my birthday, he wanted to get married in December. So I don't understand all these 5 and 10 and 15 years of relationships and not getting married. Ladies that's dating for marriage, you must understand, man, and I'm working on something. Don't try to change them. Don't say they're shallow. That's how they are. That's their makeup. Adam, when God brought Eve to Adam says, whoa, man. She's man with the womb. She's like me, but she's different. So all this physicality don't matter. Even with Mallory, you can see it. She's not physically attracted to that man. Sal don't make her panties wet, girl. You know, make it moist. My girlfriends, don't say that word. Okay? So he said, Sheikh is saying that the physical is not there. It's not that he's shallow. That's how men are. They have to be physically attracted to you. This is why I didn't believe what the church was telling you. Talk about it don't matter what's on the outside, it's only what's on the inside. That's a lie. That's a lie. And based on scriptures, that's not true, because God tells us in the scriptures how good looking Saul was, how beautiful David was, how Solomon was beautiful, how shapely Rachel was, how ugly Leah was, how beautiful baby Moses was. It talks about what's his name here, how long and pretty his hair was, how he was the most beautiful man in all of Israel. I can't remember his name. I'm seeing his face, but I can't remember. So ladies, please stop trying to change men. Accept the fact that men must find you physically attracted. So if you are not his physical type, you need to walk away, girl. You need to walk away. Because his eyes are always going to be wandering. When he look at you, he not going to want to slap that ass. Okay? When you're walking around in your house in the booty shorts, it has to scream, slap me, and he have to want to slap me. Now, oh my gosh, she looks like my aunt. I'm just saying, girl, I'm just saying. Okay. So then in his voiceover, Sheikh is saying, it's scared to hear what she says about babies. He was saying, I said a lot of things about babies in marriage. And he's saying it's commitment phobia. Maybe he has commitment phobia. And she's just kissing on him and carrying on. And she say, it's going to be hard to keep it PG-13. And he's looking away, and I'm screaming in my head, girl, read the freaking room, deputy. Read the pool, girl. Read the pool. He's hugging on her. He's like, this is deputy. This is Sheikh, right? I'm Sheikh. This is deputy. She's hugging on him, legs all crossed, girl. And here he is, and he keep pushing her, pushing away, pushing her and pushing her away. Read the pool, deputy, girl. He don't like you like that. He don't like you like that. Maybe I have to do two episodes. Shane and Natalie getting in bed, and he has a bedtime routine. He sits with TV on. Oh God, my husband, girl. I just cannot. I lay down in the guest room or downstairs until the TV goes off, and then I go. I just can't. And she said it's scary. Nick and Danielle, it takes her months to get comfortable with a guy and see her naked, and he picks her up, put her on the bed, and you know what I always say, girl, if he can't pick you up, don't marry him. Danielle, to me, looks scary. Don't she look like one of those women on Lifetime TV? You know, like... Oh my God, Kyle is in paradise alone. Shayna left him. Okay. Wasn't sure after the proposal. She went home and he needs better communication. And I'm like, she left you on your honeymoon. What you talking now, honeymoon? In paradise. You need better communication from what? Even if she didn't feel comfortable sleeping in the same room, she could have slept in another room. But you know why? That's because her heart is with Shane. Garrette and Iana wakes up and he says the physical attraction is good as emotional, and it's good to wake up to someone. I'm not feeling. I think Garrette is going along with the emotions, and Iana's a very pretty girl. I'm just kind of surprised she's still out here. She's very pretty. She's very, very, very pretty girl. So we'll see. We'll see. Back over at Danielle and Nick, he offered to sing for her, talked about her being pregnant. They had sex 2 times in 2 different places. And I'm like, I hope y'all use some condoms. Deb says Shake wakes up and she didn't sleep well because he was making puppy noise and they did not do the do. Shake says personality, she's a 10, but in the pause it was good, but he doesn't feel the animalistic attraction. That's the difference between men and women. If he don't feel animalistic attraction, who was it that says about women singers in general? If they don't want to funk you, you're not going. He said he's not feeling that animalistic attraction. This is why men and women are different. They need to feel that animalistic attraction. Because all this stuff, listen, all this stuff men needs to do for us, listen, they need to feel that. You understand? They need to feel that. Same like all this stuff as wives we do for men, all that freaky stuff we be doing, washing, cooking, cleaning, having babies. Folded his socks and his drawers, girl. I fold my husband's drawers, honey. I don't just throw it in the drawer. When we first got married, he told his frat brothers, man, she fold my drawers. It was like, for real? I ain't never had nobody fold my drawers. I fold my husband's drawers. Yes, I do. So Shake does not have that animalistic attraction. And this is what I mean about men and women are different, okay? I have my window open because it's supposed to be like 69 degrees today, and I'm hot. Back at Natalie and Shane, they slept great. Her alarm clocks keep going off. And I'm like, girl, you're on your honeymoon or whatever. Just turn it off. He got on top of her and she claimed they just, enjoyed each other in each other company. And then he said they explored each other bodies last night. She's a little sassy and he didn't expect that, honey. In other words, she broke the cookie out on him. She broke the cookie out. And I'm like, oh, hope y'all use condoms. Mallory and Saul wakes up. She says last night was lots of fun. I don't kiss and tell, but to ease my mind, I'm going to go to the pharmacy. Well, what the hell? All these people with unprotected sex. Mallory, you don't know this man, girl. You don't know this man. And you're busting it. Well, I hope they all did blood tests, child. I hope they're all STD free. Because I'm like, Mallory, you just met this man. You don't even like the man, but you're giving up the drawers and you're doing it unprotectedly. Make sense to me. But anyways, Garrette gives Ayana a massage, and I thought that was so sexy. She wants to wait, but he's very intimate. And then he said there's other ways to show intimacy than sex. You know what he's talking about. Just ask President Bill Clinton. He took off all his clothes for her to give her a massage. And she said, "Oh, I saw it. It was nice. It's a nice one." And I say, it obviously is a nice one for him to just freely take it off. Like, because the men that don't got the nice, they're not going to show that, honey. But the ones with the nice ones, yes, girl. Yes. Then he had on a towel while they were going in the shower. By the way, she had on training beads. I thought that was so sexy. And girl, he took the towel off and dropped it. And they're in the shower. She's in her bikini. And he's butt naked. And they're kissing and licking and sucking and carrying on. And I'm like, he does have a nice one. Then I start looking at Garrette like, hey, Garrette. Hey, Garrette. Because I'm like, it must be nice. Okay. Shane and Natalie went sailing. It was their first date, and I thought that was sexy. He got sick, and he was very happy how she took care of him. After that, they had a picnic, and she said, "If you didn't look like this, I would still love you." And he asked, "Is it because I'm pretty?" And she said, "Are you wishing for a compliment?" And he said, "Well, you need to stop talking like that. Can we just talk normal?" And I'm like, "Well, you're not talking normal," because he's always fishing for a compliment. And I'm like, okay, I understand men need to be praised and complimented, babe, but you need it like I need air. I don't know if these two gonna work out, y'all. I don't like him for her. Shane says Natalie jokes a lot and it's getting old, and she looks really, really disappointed. This is why you should have went with Shane, okay? Because Shane really likes you. She's playful. She's So then the couples meet up, and oh my God, Iana's laugh. I just cannot. Am I the only one that's annoyed by her laughing? Let me know, please, okay? Deep says Shayna stood out because he had so much energy and thought they could have made a good couple. So he was talking to her, so she likes him too. Okay. I just cannot, girl. And she said she thought her and Shane could have a good couple, make a good couple. Mallory and Sarah came out, and Jarrett heart sank. He was looking like, woo, you could see the shift in him. You could really see the shift in Garrett. And Ayana says she's not sure if Jarrett saw Mallory because she had a girl crush on Mallory, and she's not sure if Garrett is paying attention to Mallory because she's paying attention to Mallory. Is there something you need to tell us, Ayana? I need to know. She's looking at her too. You need to tell us something, Ayana. Is there something you want to tell us? Then they said they would meet everyone they dated. The whole said they would meet everyone, come to see me, everyone. And I'm looking for the people, and I don't see nobody. Or did they mean the people they dated in the group? Is that what they meant? Because I didn't see anybody else. So okay, I guess that's what they meant. Shake in his voice says everyone is so attractive. He should have said except the whole then Nick came down and says they're asking for Danielle. She was like, we broke up, and everybody was like, oh my God. And then he said, she's joking. I'm joking. She had a summer butt, and she's laying on the bathroom floor by the toilet eating a slice of bread. Do y'all do that? Because I don't. I stay in the bed with the bucket. Oh my God. Then he said they will meet everyone they dated, but I read that. Deputy says that Sal was great. Him and Mal are wonderful, and he's such a calming soul. So Deputy also likes Sal. Interesting. Everyone loves Shayna and Natalie. Shaq think Natalie was a girl he kicked out of a club, and he was really looking at her, but he's not sure. Danielle is an animal in the bed, and she bit his lip, girl. So apparently Danielle is an animal in the bed. Then the ladies discuss if they did the do. Garrett also thinks Natalie and Shane would make it outside of him and Ayana. Interesting. Shake tells Garrett that she's the number one, that Depty is the number one hype girl he could ever hope for. Garrett was shocked that Shake doesn't like her. He says, I'm not physically attracted to her. It feels like I'm with my aunt. And I'm like, oh my God. See, I don't have a problem with him saying that. I don't have a problem. I know a lot of you guys were upset, but I don't have a problem because it's his truth. It's his truth. Garrett says everyone loves Deeps. She's fun and easygoing, but would they date her? You know, Deep, she comes off as the girlfriend, you know, the friendly girlfriend that everybody talks to, but would you date her? Mm-hmm. Shane asked Shake, how are they? Are they getting busy? And he said, no. Shane looked shocked, like, girl, what in the world? And he's like, physically attraction, they get they're not getting, it's not there, right? And Shane says he thought that they would be effing rock easy and that he has to keep an open mind. So Shakey's really struggling, but he said, I have to keep an open mind. Shake said he wants to see, Shane says him and Natalie could be porn stars, my word, and that if there was a camera in the room, they would have made millions of dollars because there was freaking all over the room. Danny Lynn's, and back over to Sal. They had a little moment where she was nervous. This is what's her name? Ayana looking at Garrett. Garrett was sneaking, looking at Mal, and the tension, honey, was so tough. Nick didn't want to drink anything because he was getting drunk. And Garrett says from her voice he knew Mal was beautiful. I told you he wanted a white woman, girl. I knew it. Nick is hitting on Garrett, and I'm like, what in the world? Is there something you want to tell him? And I knew I picked up on someone when I first saw this picture. I was like, But they are discussing Mal and Garrett. Garrett hasn't gone up to say hello, but she hasn't either. Nick says, Ayana and Garrett, he wishes them well and talks about how Mal says no, and he asks the second girl. So Nick is saying, look, Garrett and Ayana, they're not going to make it. That was fun. He's a little, I put Sister Nick, okay? Then he asked Shake if he could talk to Mal for 2 seconds. She looks away and he asks how she was. He asked if he was what she expected. He said, he asked her if she was what he expected. And she said yes. The dream she had was of a dark curly hair girl. Now, black girls don't really have no dark curly hair, right? Not that kind of curls. You can't really see our curls. Like I have curls, but you can't see them unless you're my hairdresser. So then they're talking back and forth, and he's like, well, how could she? He was like, I didn't know. She was like, I didn't know. He was like, how could you not know? I was going back between you and her. And I'm like, well, what in the world are you saying, Garrett? Are you saying she was your number one? Because first you was saying you was going back, but now you're saying, how could she not know? Make it make sense to me. So then Ayana is talking to Deep since she has trust issues. Ayana needs to go to counseling, okay? Mal says she feels weird. Garrett asks if Mal is ready to get married, and she was like, Sal, she said Sal's a good, Garrett says Sal's a good guy. He asks, Sal is the type she would go for outside of the experiment. She says no. Garrett says Sal is cool. She says she's such a guy girl. And Garrett says that's why we connected, and she claims she didn't know. You didn't know. She said, I really prefer guys that are into sports, but she said guys into sport doesn't put her first. They don't compliment her. They don't say you're a bad bee. And I'm like, girl, you want a man to call you a bee? I can't with this generation. They don't compliment her. You're beautiful. Let me do things for you. And Garrett claims, he said, I would have done that for you. And they're looking at each other. How I look at Mike when Mike comes home from a New York haircut. And I'm like this, like, like, passion between them two. Okay, they would have been down the room. Sister Nick claims he doesn't think Sal and Mel are as close as they say, and he's not convinced they are kosher. Back to Mel and Garrett, and he's like, I had two great connections, and she's asking, how the F do you really feel? Then you see Ayana walking somewhere. She was looking upset. Sal's over in the corner crying like a little puppy dog. He said he had a feeling when he saw Mel, but that he doesn't know what was said, but he knows she's not interested in him. So he knows that Mel is not attracted to him. Garrett says that's a nice ring, but that's not the ring you wanted. You wanted gold. And Mel went to give him a high five, and she says, you're so funny. He said, you don't like that ring. I know you don't. So what was y'all talking in the pod, Mallory? Okay, moving on to episode 5, because I got to go, girl. Episode 5. Leaving Paradise. Nick goes back to the room and gossips about the group and Garrett, Mel, and oh my God, Daniel's. If you could watch through the window, why you didn't just get dressed and go down there? And she said she had trust issues about them. And I'm like, everybody has a man, girl. So why you having trust issues with Sister Nick? Oh my God, 3 hours she sat there and not do anything. You didn't have a book to read. You couldn't paint your nails. You couldn't braid your hair. She sat in the closet and cried. Why, girl? You just met this man. She's a nut. She needs counseling. Nick gets up and walk away because she's done. He said he's done. He comes back and argue. He says she's toxic. Oh my God. It's only been a few hours and that she needs to stop the effort to put in the effort to stop the toxicity. And I'm like, oh my God. Natalie and Shane wakes up, Shake, and DP wakes up, and he has Crystal on. I guess that's something in their culture. Daniel is making coffee because that's something they talked about in the pod. And Nick voiceover says if that had happened in the real world while he was dating, he would have left. But because they have the connection, he's gonna say, "See, no, me, I would have been gone." Okay, because you are a nut. So then we see Nick, then we see them walking on the beach, and he said he loved nice long walks. Me too. Sal and Mal had a date on the beach, and his voiceover talks about last night with Mal talking to Garrett. See, Sal, as long as your woman is going to look at another man like that, you're not safe. You ain't safe, okay? Because that's how a woman is supposed to look at a man, girls. Ladies, if you can't look at a man like Mallory looks at Garrett, don't marry him. Brothers and ladies, if he don't look at you like Garrett looks at Mallory, don't marry him, girl. Run for the hills from whence cometh your help, because your help comes from the Lord. In Mal's voiceover, she said Garrett is the type that she's dated, so that's why it was familiar, but she knows Sal cares about her, and she loves him. So what you think that means? Tell me what y'all think. Sal said he wants her to choose him because he has chosen her. I love that. Because a husband is a choice, ladies. So you need to choose wisely because a husband is a choice. So she's chosen him. Oh my God, the beach umbrella fell on Sal's head. And I'm like, oh my God, girl, call Johnny Cochran. Who's the lawyer we call for the insurance? Garrett and Yana having dinner on the beach and talked about pairing their pod voice. And now it starts to make sense to them. She asked him if he wanted to deal with this for the rest of his life because she's a lot. I just don't understand why Black women have to keep saying you're a lot. Why you feel like you need to stop telling a man you're a lot to take care of. She says seeing him with Mal feels like she couldn't trust him, but she trusts him. But if he lies or cheats, that's a deal breaker. They talk about exes and does he cut off, and he said, no, I don't burn bridges, I burn the bridge. She asked, well, why does it have to be a bridge you're burning? He's like, well, what if she's working in HR and I need her or something? And so he was like, obviously something bothers you, then I would care about it. So I love that, what he says about that. Shaq and Deputy first Sinodi, I thought it was cute. Underwater cave. He likes that she's adventurous and he likes to have fun, and he's going to do everything in his power to see if it can work. Mal and Sal and other couples meet at the beach. Natalie wants the guys to take off their shirt off for volleyball. Sweet Jesus. Who is it? Okay, he passed. Danielle want to be the referee. Danielle says she's tired of balls coming at her. Did y'all catch that? She's tired of balls coming at her. Mm-hmm. The guys pick up their wives to bring them to the beach, and of course, Garrette and Ayan is just a perfect fit. Sal fell with Mallory, and of course, Shade can carry it. Poor little Natalie. And I thought that was nice. The guys that were having bromance, like Shane and Garrette, they were having bromance moment. I thought it was nice. Ayana told Garrette is so extroverted. And I'm like, girl, if your man want to go to the beach, just go to the beach. I don't like go to the beach. Well, my baby daddy want to go, I go with him. Girl, I stay under the umbrella like this. Okay. Then we see Garrette and Mel over there, Garrette and Ian over there, and he picks her up. I love them, even though they're not right for each other. Do you know what I mean? Like, I love Garrette and Iana, but I know they're not right. They're not right for each other. Mm-hmm. Mallory's over there I think she was talking to Natalie. She said it's awkward and she's overwhelmed. Shane plays music for Natalie and talks about Nick and Danielle. Shane talks about action in the bedroom. I tell you, he's always talking about sex. Well, how old is he? He's maybe at the age. Lord, I hope everything's okay. All these cars passing here. And so, oh my God, did y'all see Shake pick up Daniel on his shoulders? And you see Deputy over there talking about, yes, go ahead. And I'm like, I know she feel bad deep down on the inside. By the way, Shake, he's very good looking. He could have gotten my number if he was saved. And I thought it was interesting that he picked her up. So, oh my gosh, Shay told Natalie that he's not interested in Deputy sexually. Sweet Jesus. Let me look up my window, girl. Oh, it's down the block. It's down the block. Ooh, I pray everything is all right, Lord. Nobody's house don't burn down. Nobody lose their life. Blood of Jesus. Where did I live for? So Deputy's asking Nick about Danielle, and he feels like how everyone else feels. Deputy says he's the first brown man he's kissed. So Shake is the first brown man she's kissing. Then Sister Nick asks her was the first kiss. Shake and Deputy have romantic dinner. He says he has to be honest because he is getting older and he has to really start grinding. Like, there's certain things he needs to start doing. And so that's interesting because that's something my dad said. At a certain age, a man will get I need to get it. I need to get it done. And I think he is at that age where he's like, okay, I need to hurry up and do what I need to do. And Deep is worried about how they are going to be when they get back into the real world. When he starts, them pretty young girls with all this snatched. Shake feels that she has his back. She's amazing and supportive. Anytime you hear a man say, oh, she got my back, watch out. He's looking for a mama. Nick and Danielle has waterfront dinner. I thought it was so romantic. She looks like one of those ladies in the Lifetime movies. I had to put that. She looked like she's going to cook. Okay, I was like, oh my God. He talks about his dog, Grayson, is going to like her cat. Danielle think Nick is going to see him for what she did, and she had a picnic. a panic attack and feels that Nick is judging her. I would definitely judge you. Yes. What is judgment? Based on the decision, based on the information I have to make a decision. That's basically what it means to judge. It's 69 degrees today. I'm going to open up these windows. So you want to act crazy and toxic, but you don't want him to talk about it and make decisions about you on it. Lex? Hey, babes. Come here, babes. Are you a little pretty? No, where's the top? You're going to put the top on for that?
No.
Okay. He's judging her. Natalie and Shane have romantic dinner, and I wanted to go through this TV. On the beach, Natalie is nervous about talking to her parents, and he wants her to wear the red dress for his mama. And I'm like, is your mother into girls? She says she's gonna wear a turtleneck. He claimed that she jokes about their relationship all the time. Oh my God, girl. Did you see when he got up and walked away and left her on the beach? I was like, no, ma'am. That would have been it. There wouldn't be no more conversation. I would have packed my bag and went home. You supposed to be my protector, and you getting up and leave me on the beach in the bushes in the woods with the gorillas and the tigers in the middle of the water. I can't do it. So then we see I'm sorry. Let me back up. So then we're in Chicago. Kyle meets with Shane, and she's not wearing her ring, his mama ring. But not only that, she looked like she just did her Botox. Did y'all notice that? Kyle claims he's not going to lose her in the voiceover, and she says she chose him. You chose him because there was nobody else for you to choose. So then we see that the couples are leaving Mexico. Back in at the airport, they finally got their phones back, and I'm like, oh my God, so ever. And the families were calling each other. We're engaged. Couples will live together in a shared apartment. And I put down here that this is like a combination between The Bachelor and Married at First Sight, because they're living in a shared apartment, and I love that. Question: will they judge? The host asks, will they judge each other? Does age matter? Does finances matter? Hell yes. All that matter, okay? Mal is working. We see Mal and Sal in their apartment. Mal is working on the computer. In her glasses, Sal looked like he went and got grocery, and Sal has something on his mind. They never talk about the conversation about Garrette and how they were talking for so long. He would be worried that they were talking. He thought he heard she say, we don't have to necessarily get married. And then she's like, I'm coming up with all these experiences. She brought up the ring. She was like, every woman got the ring that they wanted, but I didn't. And he was like, but that's the ring I chose for you. Like my husband, best friend, tell him, get her the ring she loves, because she's the one that's going to wear it. Okay, sometimes he feels slighted, and sometimes thinks she feels slighted. Sometimes think that Sal doesn't care. I just don't think these couples they should work. Then just go to spring. I think Sal and Mallory should break up. Garrette and Iana should break up, and Garrette and Mallory should go ahead and get married. That's how I feel about it. I love you. I have to run. Let me know what you think. I'm going to try to watch episode 6 and 7 today. Married at First Sight. Who comes on tonight? I love you. Remember to show me love and support my Patreon. I was up till 12 o'clock last night, girl. I need me some coffee. Okay. I love you. I love you. Thank you for those reviews in my books and picking up my books. I got to go, girl. Bye.